So, what's been happening? Last week, Theresa May said she was going back to Brussels to renegotiate Brexit. So what did the BBC do? They accidentally played footage from World War II.
Our main story this evening. Theresa May says she intends to go back to Brussels to renegotiate her Brexit deal, but EU leaders say the deal is done and they will not reopen talks.
That's right! They showed footage from the time we bombed the fuck out of Europe. It's a good job they didn't show this.
The Brexit withdrawal agreement has been dealt a series of blows by European leaders. Last night, MPs backed the plan to real...
Mind you, I'd love to see this.
Tory MPs have been meeting Mrs May in the House of Commons, where she's reportedly had a set-to with Boris Johnson, telling him he needs to support her plans to renegotiate the Irish backstop.
Who wouldn't love Boris getting a slap? They all need one. Look at this. Disgruntled MPs are trying to claim for scrapped skiing holidays after the government cancelled the February half-term common break. What a bunch of privileged wankers. The country's in tatters and they're like, I wanted to go to Val d'Isère. The irony is beyond painful. They're going to make us leave Europe by going on a skiing holiday in Europe when it's been snowing in fucking Britain! People are livid. Have you seen what Miriam Margolyes wants to do to Cameron?
David Cameron, who was our Prime Minister, he should be boiled in oil.
Deep fry the bastard! The government's Brexit plans are getting ridiculous. Look at this. The Queen to be evacuated if Brexit turns out. Lock and load, bitches! Mama's got a bounce! So what, let's hope Philip's not driving and won't make it past the gate. No. To the roof, Liz, to the roof! Get in the chopper! Get in the chopper! Never mind evacuation, I want them to go a stage further. Put them in witness relocation. Can you imagine them trying to blend in at Aldi?
Hello? I'm Shakira. This is my husband, Tupac.
Do you do Swan? Mind you, no wonder they want to leave. Have you seen the latest effect of a no-deal Brexit?
Some of the UK's biggest food retailers warn that a no-deal Brexit could leave shelves empty of some produce.
Supermarkets could be empty. That'll change the ads. Every little help. These aren't just empty shelves. They're Marks & Spencer's empty shelves. It gets worse. Look what the Health Secretary said. Medicines will be prioritised over food under a no-deal Brexit. You don't need dinner. You can have paracetamol. Medicinal food. Sounds like the bleakest game show ever. Hello, I'm Paddy McGuinness. Welcome to Medicine or Food. Let the drip replace the chip. Got one more. No dinner, get thinner! This is madness. Don't mess with our food. If there's one thing we know about British people, we are very passionate about our dinner.
On! Who made this chicken? Who made it? Why? Who made it? Why? Because I love it!
Now, in other news, it snowed! This side of the room very excited, haven't I? This newsreader wins my award for Innuendo of the Week.
So that's it, we're on Snow Watch again.
Oh, my kids will not be happy if we don't get a good dump.
We will, I'm sure we will. Right, that's it from us. I'll be back with an update after the music. Thanks for watching.
Did you enjoy the snow? I'll tell you who did. The people of Cornwall.
In Cornwall, 100 drivers who were stranded in their cars last night trekked miles through the snow to spend the night in a pub.
Classic West Country. It's snowing, leave the car. Let's get shit-faced. Grab some ice. nice, we can make mojitos. I bet inside that pub was like a wild orgy. Just all my uncles. Bubbles leads to troubles. Fizzy makes me jizzy. Who's that weird couple in the corner? I'm Shakira. This is my husband, Tupac. Do you do Swan? No, I don't know what he was doing there. Right? All I'm getting is doggy. Not that everyone had to deal with the treacherous conditions. The great blizzard of 2019 is hitting it. Poor sod. Not even enough for a snowball. It's one of the best things about the snow, isn't it? It's the only weather that encourages warfare. You don't throw leaves in autumn. Oh, pass without conquer. Oh, yeah, fool. Happy September. Do you know what I love? The patronising advice we get from the news. Wrap up warm. Don't go outside in a bikini. Public Health England gets £4 billion funding. And what was their vital advice to get us through the cold? Our top tip is to heat the home to 18 degrees. Thanks, guys! I've been sleeping in the fridge! Other advice includes moving around and wiggling your toes and fingers. £4 billion to tell us to act like Wallace and Gromit. Mind you, if you think conditions here were bad, it's got nothing on America.
Nearly 90 million Americans are now in the grip of dangerous cold.
Wind chills to drop as low as -50 to -60.
It's freezing cold.
Have you tried wiggling your hands? It was -60. That is colder than Trump's soul. He's a bit of a bad guy. I'm not sure if you're... It's a weird reaction. Actually, I think he's all right. Look what they were telling people to do.
In Iowa, people were warned to avoid taking deep breaths and to minimise talking if they were going outside.
They couldn't talk. Imagine having to communicate through mime. There's going to be some confused people. Help! I need milk. Toilet paper. Get me an electric toothbrush. Not that it was the weirdest snow tip. Look at the handy advice we were given to look after dogs. Make sure they remain active with plenty of toys and puzzles indoors to prevent boredom. Who gets their dog a puzzle? It's snowing! Quick, get Rover a jigsaw! Did you finish your crossword? No! Because I can lick my own dick! This is the one that gets me. Just like you, your dog needs a coat. No, they don't. No. Look at this poor prick. Look at the sadness in his eyes. Imagine the shit he's going to get off other dogs. Oi, Rover, you look like a fortune teller. Your own accord, she wants her tea cosy back. Mind you, it's about to get much worse because apparently covering your dog's balls in glitter is now a trend. Are you ready to faint? Here's what it looks like. Who vajazzles a dog's scrotum? It gets even more horrific. The glitter is edible. Do they know? Unexpected scenes today at Crafts. Just... I'm not dying! No, but we are! Is that Tupac? You don't need shoes or glitter. Just let them enjoy the snow. No. It's lovely, isn't it? The reason he's sliding downhill is because his owner was trying to lick his glitter nut. Also, if you think... Nobody laughed except for one bloke. Elsewhere, if you think America and Britain have had it bad, the weather in Australia has been insane.
Even in a land well used to nature's extremes,
this heat wave is punishing.
And there's been lots of extreme weather events across the country.
Days of monsoon rains around the coastal city of Townsville.
Some areas have seen a year's worth of rainfall in a week in what's being described as a once-in-a-century event.
It's absolute madness. Some Aussie politicians are drawing attention to climate change, although in fairness, not that successfully.
This is what you get when you leave the National Party in charge of water in Australia. Dead fish, a massive stink. Oh, sorry, I've got to stop.
And effectively it runs into the billions of fish. Any last words, Dick?
I feel sorry for Jeremy, I'll tell you.
He reacted the same way you lot did when you saw that dog's balls. At a time when Australian weather is all they're talking about, look what one of their MPs has chosen to address. Bob Katter calls homosexuality a fashion trend. What? How is being gay a fashion choice? My mate fancies men because he thinks they're hot. He's not like, bloody hell, he go well with my trainers. It gets worse. Katter also claimed gay people have only existed for 60 years. Oscar Wilde, Alexander the Great, fucking ancient Greece. They invented algebra, philosophy, democracy, and they did all that whilst riding the hoop off each other. How can someone this ignorant be in a position of power? I think this lady puts it best.
He should be boiled in oil.
Coming after the break, when I'll be talking to my guest, the best-selling author, Jon Ronson, who spent 2 years investigating the bizarre world of pornography. Let's talk about finding love. Oh, I remember what it's like being young, desperate to be noticed, desperate to impress. The pressure to get a girlfriend when I was young was insane. I was the last out of my mates to lose my virginity. They used to bully me, virgin, virgin, virgin. They used to write boobs on a calculator and go, that's what you'll never touch. I remember walking around thinking, will it ever happen? Will it ever happen? Then, finally, when I was 15, I got wanked off at a fair. Best day of my life. I remember thinking as she went to me like a paint shaker, I am free! I came so hard I want a coconut. My mum's like, where'd you get that teddy bear? It doesn't matter, mother. What I'm saying is, I remember what it's like to be desperately looking for love. And the way we teach kids about love on TV is messed up. Because now, it seems to me, all that matters is the way you look.
There's boobs, muscles, sun, sea. What more can you ask for?
A chef, an interpreter, and a makeup artist are stripping bare to attract the perfect partner.
Why do we sleep together? Why don't we just, like, hang out as friends?
Yeah, but all the people I sleep with, I don't generally have feelings for them.
What a lovely guy. What an absolute cracker. When you look at Love Island, in case you've never seen it, it's basically, I got boobies, I got muscles, is Brexit a cabbage? On these shows, it doesn't matter what you say or do or think or feel. All that matters, are you beach body ready? I hate that phrase, the perfect beach body. It's always abs. Do you know what the perfect beach body is? As soon as your foot touches sand, parasol. And some kids idolise this bullshit. How depressing is this? I've got a cousin who said, I'd love to be on Love Island, but the thing is, I'm a minger. It kills you. A, that's his dream, and B, he knows he'll never achieve it. And do you know what he does? He looks after kids with special needs. That's someone I could cheer on, not some bloke walking around like a Toblerone. My cousin looks like a drop pie, but he's a good man. I can't cheer on someone perfect. The world of TV dating is just body fascism. Christ, have you seen Naked Attraction? Cocks up, tits out, pick a winner. And it's always the best looking. Not once has a girl gone, I'll have the pot-bellied lad with no teeth and a tiny dick. I'm just feeling it from him. Do you know what I mean? Is it a cabbage, though? These These TV shows are making young people think that the only thing worth developing is their body. And we wonder why kids are airbrushing themselves on Instagram, why teenage anxiety levels are through the roof, why a third of young women are too embarrassed to go for a smear test. All programmes like Love Island show is this world of impossible glamour. They don't show the moment they're in a nightclub in Swindon being gobbed on, crying themselves to sleep because of Twitter abuse. These TV shows make, ultimately, vulnerable people famous overnight. And they don't give them the skills to cope. It's no wonder at least 21 reality TV stars have killed themselves in a decade. That's bleak. 21 people who went on TV for a better life no longer have one. And shows like Love Island are just the tip of the iceberg for women in the media. Do you know, if you're a woman on TV, you're twice as likely to be naked. Think of the classic Disney films that young girls are raised on. Think of them, right? The women in them hardly even speak. Men speak 68% of the time in The Little Mermaid, 71% of the time in Beauty and the Beast, and 76% in Pocahontas. What's the message there? Girls, you can be the main character as long as you shut your fucking mouth. But think about it. What are we telling young women? Be naked, shut up. Be naked, shut up. And listen, I don't know every woman in the world, but the ones I do know, they're not into either of those things. In fact, my mum spends most of her time talking about wearing clothes.
Do I need a coat? It looks nice out, but what if I need a coat? I make a decision, what if I'm out there and I got no coat? I need the option. I'm saying I need the option. Will I need a coat?
They could use my mum to interrogate ISIS.
Will I need a scarf? It doesn't look like scarf weather, but do I need a hat? What if it messes my hair? I don't know. What would you do?
I didn't! I killed all those people! I give in! OK, Mrs. Howard, we've got what we want.
But will I need a scarf? I need to...
What I'm saying, women don't want to be naked and quiet. And not all blokes should have to have a perfect six-pack. And Disney should let the female characters speak up because people are listening. I read an amazing thing on Tumblr about the impact that Hermione had on one girl. Look at this. It's wonderful.
Fun story. I first became obsessed with the Harry Potter series and Hermione in particular in year 3 of primary school. And I decided I wanted to be like Hermione in every way. So I started reading lots and working super hard in school. Got a reputation for bookishness and being the smart kid that I kept up into high school. And here I am, graduating in a few weeks from Cambridge, all because I adored this clever bookworm in a children's book series and absorbed her into my personality as a child. Basically, long story short, female role models in kids' media are everything.
We used to teach kids, if you do something, you can be somebody. Now, if you do nothing, you can be somebody. But that's all they are, somebody. Not a brain, not a point of view, just a body. The point I'm making, next series of Love Island, let's have some clever, bubbly, funny mingers. I want to see a really nerdy guy having sex with a really nerdy girl, and as they both come, they scream, 5 points to Gryffindor! Now, it's time for Playground Politics. This week, I spoke to the children of the world about cloning. Do you know what cloning is?
I have no idea. No. Yeah.
What is it, my friend?
Stuff that you wear. Clowning? Is the clown. Making another one of yourself.
Absolutely, that's exactly what it is.
Like making myself out of myself.
So we could have 100 Hugos, 10,000 Hugos. 100,000 Hugos. Scientists last year cloned a monkey. So they made an exact monkey like the other monkey.
How?
I don't know exactly, but it's like, how is, I don't know.
It's a monkey that's being doubled somehow.
That is correct. It's a beautifully German way of describing it. I'd love that. We have doubled the monkey somehow.
Yes.
If you could clone one person, who would it be?
My sister.
Oh, really?
Megan.
Why Meghan?
Because she's a nice friend and everything. My other sister backchats me.
Absolutely.
I think I know what I would like to clone.
Go on, then.
Universe, because what would happen if I clone the universe, once the universe ends in 10 years followed by 36 zeros, if I clone the universe...
You got one in your back pocket.
I would have one in my back pocket, so when the universe is about to end, when that explodes, all there's just space, no stars, no black holes, everything's finally just dust and blackness. A universe would re-happen, a Big Bang would probably explode, it would restart, and I would be able to get another chance to clone the universe, and I would clone it again, so I would have infinite life.
What I love about you is that you're like Brian Cox and a horse racing commentator all at the same time. What if Donald Trump got hold of this cloning device and there were 100 Donald...
Disaster, 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 disaster.
Now I'd actually pick him up and throw it.
Well, maybe we could do. Maybe we could keep him as like a pet or something, and we can literally like maybe he can play or something, and maybe he can now play. Because Andy, you didn't think that way, did you?
Is there anything you think we shouldn't clone? Would you like 2 monkeys?
I'm so confused right now.
Tonight's guest is one of Britain's most celebrated journalists and documentary filmmakers. Jon Ronson is an award-winning author who's written best-selling books on psychopaths, cyberbullies and terrorists. His books have been turned into major Hollywood movies starring George Clooney, Ewan McGregor and Michael Fassbender.
Coca-Cola, lipstick ring, go dance all night, kiss me, just kiss me Nefertiti.
This is your most likable song ever?
Yeah.
People will love it.
And recently, he's been embedded in the world of porn. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the wonderful Jon Ronson! Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I've been listening to your podcast, The Butterfly Effect. You've immersed yourself in the world of porn.
Yes.
What was that like?
Well, I mean, it was amazing. It was. I should probably explain like the origin story of like why I got into it. I was at a church school in New Orleans doing a different story.
It's a fascinating start.
And there was this girl. They had this sort of confessional circle where the kids have to kind of confess their most shameful secrets. And one of them was this girl called Dakota, and her shameful secret, she said, was that she watched Pornhub. So afterwards, I said to her, just out of curiosity, I said, like, did you ever get, like, so into it that you would know, like you'd learn their names? And she said, no, I never learnt their names. She said, it's like when you kill a deer, you don't name it because then you can't eat it. And I kept thinking, and like, she was being like self-aware. She understood what she was saying, but what she was basically saying there was, I can't be curious about the lives of porn people because if I am curious about them, it will make me feel bad about myself.
About your own habits?
Yeah, about her own. She had to dehumanise them. And so I became very curious. Like, I knew nothing about the lives of porn people, so I became curious. And I'm better.
Were you a user of porn before this? Or?
I'm not really a particularly big porn.
So you weren't into porn, and then you suddenly found yourself, because you've been on sets.
I've been on the set of Bad Babysitters Volume 2.
Yeah.
Stepdaughter Cheerleader Orgy.
There's a lot going on there, isn't
Yeah.
And this isn't a lie. We've got a photo of you on set.
Yeah,
I can see. That's you. I mean, you've looked less dodgy.
That was a porn set called Public Disgrace.
Right.
So I got invited onto that set. My big memory of that night was how long it took. Like, I was still there at 2 o'clock in the morning. It just dragged on, and I was just sitting there thinking, please ejaculate so I can go home, go to sleep.
Did you think that or shout it?
I thought it, and then I thought, God, I'm like a million women before me.
That would have been so great if she leant over and went, honey, tell me about it. What did you learn, though?
What I discovered very quickly was that I was wondering, like, what are people in porn, like, what are they concerned about?
Yes.
What are their concerns? And I started reading, like, blogs by porn people, and it seemed that, like, many of them were all concerned about the very same specific thing, which was a man called Fabian. Like, and I kept saying, like, that Fabian. And it turns out that Fabian is basically the man behind Pornhub. And
he revolutionised porn.
Yeah, he had the idea to basically give the world, you know, YouTube for porn. And overnight, for people who don't know, Pornhub is like a kind of repository of pirated content. So fans upload pirated porn onto Pornhub. And so overnight, this massive flow of money went from the entire porn community in the San Fernando Valley into Fabian's pocket.
Well, that's one of the things that fascinated me in your podcast, that Fabian got a bank loan to start Pornhub.
Yes.
And
Fabian, you're right, Fabian got a $362 million bank loan to... And women in porn find it very hard to get, like, business checking accounts.
And there's something so horrific about the fact that a bank manager will go, no, and then go home and watch her.
Absolutely, go home and watch it.
No, do you know what I mean?
No, of course. I mean, it's true. Fabian got so rich and porn performers got so poor that they had to go into escorting and you know, many other extraordinary consequences.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you one of the consequences.
I would love you to tell me one of the consequences, yeah.
I discovered this on the set of Stepdaughter Cheerleader Orgy.
Yeah.
It was quite... I had quite an epiphany on that set. The director, Mike Quasar, said to me, you know, I never used to make films with titles like Stepdaughter Cheerleader Orgy. He was kind of a veteran, he'd been around since the 90s. So I said, so what did the films used to be called? And he said, well, the very first film I ever shot was called Women of Influence. And he said the reason why, like, these days they're called Stepdaughter Cheerleader Orgies, because it's like a kind of arms race of search engine optimization.
Right.
They discover what the most searched for terms are.
And then put as many of them in the title.
Yeah, and then make a film that's kind of geared around those terms. So, which in a way sounds smart.
Yeah.
But I said to Mike, so are there, like, any porn women who fall through the net and can't get work because they don't fit into any particular search term? And he said, yeah, if you're like 25 years old in porn now, you're unemployable.
Really?
Because you're too old to be a teen.
Right.
You're too young to be a MILF. You're in, like, this sort of hinterland between teen and MILF, like sort of fallow years between teen and MILF.
The thing that I didn't know about was custom porn. So I was oblivious to this, but you can now contact a porn person and tell them what you want. And it turns out people want bizarre things.
Yeah. When I actually learnt about this also on the set of Stepdaughter Cheerleader Orgy.
I mean, what an afternoon you had.
It was quite a day. It's exactly how you described it. If you want to see a porn film that's so weird nobody would ever think to make it, you can now commission it just for you.
Yeah.
You write the scripts, choose the camera angles, choose the performers. And when I heard about that, I thought, this is extraordinary, because what a window. Like, as a writer, you always try to get an insight into people's souls, into their inner lives.
Yeah. And
I thought, what an amazing way to do that.
And what kind of custom films?
Well, my favourite one that I came across was Stamps Man. This is
instant eroticism.
Right. This is a man who he sent a book of very expensive stamps to a porn star in the Valley, and his...
Do you reckon it was Prince Philip?
Basically what he wanted was for porn performers to destroy his valuable stamp collection by both, like, stepping on it with their high heels and then throwing it into the fire. And Stamps-Man became like a sort of legend in porn circles because he had 10 books of stamps and he would send them to like different customs producers.
Wow.
I said to one of them, I met a porn star one time, I said to her, like, have you ever had a Norwegian man send you a book of stamps to destroy? And she looked at me and she went, are you Stamps-Man?
And did you think about running with it for a second? Do you know what I mean?
What would your custom porn film be?
What would my custom porn be? I don't know. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Did you think about that? If I'm honest, my brain instantly went straight to Anfield. I'm a Liverpool fan.
OK.
So I was imagining me scoring an overhead kick.
Right.
And then being substituted at the 88th minute, the crowd sort of cheering, and then I go into a big bath and it's full of lots of attractive girls.
Oh, OK.
And they show their sex appreciation for my goal. Or something like that, do you know what I mean? Just... How about you?
Mine is more modest than that.
OK. I shouldn't have gone first. That's what the girl said. Go on.
Mine is basically a porn star telling me that it's absolutely fine for me to have an early night. I don't... and give me permission to basically go to bed at 9. That's all I want now.
And does she watch you sleep, or...?
No, I say, look, I know it's only 10 to 9, but I'm really sleepy.
Yeah. She's like, oh, can I get
is it OK? Like, I know, like, I should stay up a bit later, but is it OK for me to get an early night? And she says, it's fine.
Oh. And your latest project is The Last Days of August.
Yeah.
Which is, it basically combines, you know, two of your kind of interests of public shaming and pornography.
Yes. Very famous porn star called August Ames died, 23 years old. She died the day that she'd been piled in on Twitter for tweeting something that came over as homophobic. So Twitter piled in on her. Twitter did what Twitter does, which is, you know...
Yeah.
And later that night, she went out, she told her husband Kevin that she was going tanning, and she was found dead in a park of suicide. But go, it was dizzying. I mean, it was dizzying in terms of I had to figure out why August died. I mean, you know, which meant probing the lives of the people around her.
Right, OK. So it's a real analysis into what happens to someone's soul when they're in that.
Yeah, and it was really hard because I never want to attack people in my stories.
Yeah.
I always want to be like empathetic. You know, I mean, my philosophy when it comes to these stories is that, you know, everybody's damaged. You know,
yes.
We're all a mess. This is why I hate Twitter, because on Twitter. Twitter's a stage for constant artificial high drama, where everybody's either a magnificent hero or a sickening villain.
Yeah.
And some people deal with that really well. Some people are very good in adversarial situations, but then other people aren't. So as a consequence, we as a nation are judging people on this kind of weird... like, how well do they deal in an adversarial situation? It's basically how people are judged in prison. Right? Yeah. But it's how we judge people on Question Time, or have I got news for you? And it's just a weird... It's a weird...
It's really interesting. We look at someone like Piers Morgan, the way that he has turned the news into just bellowing at someone first thing in the morning. And it's just... There's nothing English about that. Like, nobody wakes up and goes, oi!
Yeah.
You know, everyone wakes up, oi... Give me 10 minutes and I'll get angry. Yeah. You know?
Piers Morgan just blocked me on Twitter a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yes. For saying, you know, that he suffers from the tyranny, like Katie Hopkins, he suffers from the tyranny of feeling that he has to have an opinion about everything.
Yes.
I don't think you need to have an opinion about it.
But he's a gun for hire, isn't he? It's just like, OK, what's the big story? How can I attach my brand to it, push up my brand a bit, pretend to be angry about something I'm not really angry about, cut to Susanna going, oh, I don't know, what's she doing? On and on and on, this pantomime of bullshit.
I know.
That's what it should be called, pantomime of bullshit. Instead of Good Morning Britain. Hello, welcome to pantomime of bullshit. Now, the other thing I love about you, I only found this out recently, I didn't know you'd been UFO hunting.
Yeah.
I've been UFO hunting.
Have you?
I went with my mum.
Oh, really? Did you see any?
We didn't see any, but we learned...
You know why that is?
Why?
Because they don't exist. Well, I went UFO hunting with Robbie Williams.
Which is a lot better than my mum. What was it like going UFO hunting with Robbie Williams?
It was great.
And where did you go?
Well, I flew to Los Angeles. He'd rented a private plane for the day.
Really?
Yes. And I could sense he had a bit of buyer's remorse. He was feeling a little bit guilty about it. And we all pulled up at the plane. And there was a woman standing there, and she said, Mr. Williams' friends, welcome to your plane. This is your plane for the day. She said, what I want to tell you is that Snoop Dogg uses this plane a lot.
Wow.
She said, what I'm saying is you can do anything. And we all kind of looked at each other like... and Rob's friend Brandon said, well, can we stand up as the plane lands? That was the only...
In fairness, I imagine Snoop couldn't do that. And are you still pals with him?
Yeah, still see Rob.
When was the last time you saw him?
A couple of months ago. I was in...
Do you ever do normal things with him, or...?
Yeah, at breakfast. I was in... I was at a hotel in Los Angeles, and I was working. I was, like, writing in the lobby, and I heard this voice go, John. I sort of ignored it and carried on. I went, John. And I sort of looked up, and it was Rob, and he was with his kids.
Oh, nice.
And he said, come and have breakfast. So we had breakfast. We had this lovely breakfast. It was, like, really lovely to see him. He's a really nice guy. You know, the first time I met him in the flesh was right here.
Yeah.
And the very first thing he did was... I said I had a sore throat, and he immediately went off and found some Strepsils for me. So that was nice. So anyway, we're having this breakfast, very fancy breakfast. And at the end of the breakfast, Rob, oh, John, it was so nice to see you. And then stood up with his kids and left, and left me to pay the bill. So I sort of paid the bill, and then...
So Robert Williams owes you money?
Well, a couple of months later, I got an email from Rob saying, John, I'm in Dresden. Did I contribute to that breakfast? And I went, no, it's fine, but don't worry about it. Like, it's fine, it's fine. And, oh, my God, I'm so ashamed. And I just love the idea of, like, him sitting on a bus in Dresden, suddenly just having that sort of intrusive memory of that. He walked off without... He'd forgotten to pay, and he was, like, so embarrassed about it.
Love that.
Yeah.
And what's next for you?
I'm going to write a new book. I write films as well, so I've just written a film...
You fascinate me. You strike me as somebody that is a bit of a workaholic.
Yeah, I worked 7 days a week. I worked 365 days last year, and it definitely was a mistake. I overdid it. So I'm learning to not work so hard anymore.
I've got an idea. You and me, we book into a hotel. I dress up however you want, and I put you to bed.
Oh.
Is that nice? The offer's there. Absolutely fascinating. I really enjoyed that. Thank you so much for coming on the show. John's on tour. There's many podcasts. Check him out. He's absolutely brilliant. Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Jon Ronson! That's terrific. Thanks, Stuart. Absolutely wonderful. Join me after the break when once again I'll be trying to live forever. Welcome back. Now it's time for Live Forever. This week, me and Mo Gilligan tried out the latest health fad, goat yoga.
We are in the arse end of nowhere.
Yeah. You're not going to get Amazon Prime now here. Do you know what I mean?
You ever been this close to a goat?
No.
They look powerful. They look like if one of them cracked you, you'd know about it.
Oh, yeah, look, that one just headbutted that one. So how comes... What is it?
I mean, it feels weird.
All the black ones are together, innit?
What,
Yeah, so I was going to say that.
What's going on here? Jesus! He was just making a point. I know very little about goat yoga. How about you?
I don't even know much about normal yoga, let alone goat yoga, so...
Apparently, what this does, it de-stresses you. What do you normally do to calm yourself down?
I don't know. I just go sleep. I think sleep solves everything.
Yoga is all about relaxation, and we've got these kind of four-legged demons with us. I mean, that doesn't sound relaxing, does it? Sounds like Jimmy Savile in his prime.
I am fucking shitting myself, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah?
I feel like one might bite my ear or something like that.
Really?
Hi there, I'm Diana Malone. Do come and take a seat. So, yoga helps us to come into the present moment. When the goats come in, the fact that you're petting them releases that oxytocin in your body, so that brings down the level of the stress hormones.
Do they bite ears? Because Mo's got a real fear.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like my head is down, and the goat's saying, I wanna eat that little black ear right there.
We can't guarantee that they won't.
Because I put coconut oil in my hair, so...
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's really good for your hair.
Lovely stuff. I've just got Timothy.
Yeah, what's that?
That's shampoo.
Oh, OK.
I love the fact you look to me like I'm weird.
No.
Come on.
There we go. Oh, it's gone straight to Mo. Straight to coconut.
Oh, it's biting my lace. It's biting my lace.
Well, give it a
oh, my gosh, bruv. I swear, I'm not comfortable.
Shall we come round onto all fours?
Excuse me. Sorry, love. Cheers, man.
Stretch away with the fingers and away with the toes.
It's difficult to concentrate, isn't it?
Oh, God.
It's biting.
Oh, what was that? It's not mating season, is it?
Oh, this is mad.
I mean, you had real goat fear up there.
Oh, shit. Whoa, back up.
Ah! Yeah, they were attracted to you a lot more than they were me, in fairness.
Yeah.
They were all over you.
Move, man. There's grass there, you know.
Do you reckon they could smell your fear, or could they smell the coconut oil?
I think a mixture of both.
Give it a hug, Mo. You'll be all right.
No. Why did they all follow? Over there, yeah? Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
In breath up we come.
Yeah.
You're going to take the back heel. Ooh.
I'll be honest with you, Diana, it looks like you're in a specialist movie.
So what's this? What's the point of this?
So this is good for trust. So you're putting your trust in another person.
I find it quite hard because you're eye level and with their bums a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Look, your head is running above the head. This is...
I can't stop looking at their arseholes. I don't know what it is. It's all puckered and ready. Do you know what I mean?
I'm shook, you know.
Best moment was sort of holding the belly of a goat. Very calming. Have a go on that. Lovely. Do that. Tell me that's not nice. Is that a hot water balloon?
Oh, yeah, it does feel nice.
Do you know what I mean?
It feels nice, you know.
Oh, God, Jesus. That was just...
mate.
I mean, that was Lucasade. Without doubt, the worst moment was when one of the goats took a piss on my mat. Jesus. I'm not sitting on that.
That's OK. First time we turn it over.
Yeah.
And then second time we wet wipe. There you go.
Yeah,
Perfect.
right. Would you take a goat on tour to de-stress?
Only curry goat would distress me. Some rice and peas. No, bro, no. It's like aiming right at my...
You could release a goat into your support act's room.
Yeah.
And that would provide you a lot of happiness.
But you see these goats, they don't seem like erratic animals. You just leave it in there. I could imagine wouldn't even do anything. They just eat the sofa or something. As opposed to, you know, like, if you put, I don't know...
Like a Tasmanian devil.
Yeah, like something that's gonna, like, start smashing up the place.
Yeah.
Piss
monkey. Do you reckon Bubbles was drinking towards the end of his life with Michael?
Oh, he had to, man.
I bet he was.
Seen a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. Cruel world here, mate.
Yeah.
See some stuff. you know, we didn't invent the moonwalking,
No. What happened? A goat came in this room and he fucking shit himself all backwards.
thing. From goats to another animal, a beautiful thing happened in the Premier League this week. A cat ran onto the pitch and the commentator did not let it knock him off his stride. He captured the moment brilliantly.
Well, where has this cat come from? He looks quite brave. He's in the penalty area. He's making a run towards goal, this black cat now. Is he going to end up in the back of the net? No! He's just gone wide. Has a look around. Eyes up the Everton fans. Sees a steward. The steward sees him. Is the steward going to try and catch the cat? No, he's off. The Wolves players go towards this black cat. The cat drifts on. Drops his shoulder again. A steward encroaches onto the pitch. Here he goes. He's after the cat, but the cat knows it, so he's put in a turn of face here, this black cat. It goes running into the Everton penalty area, where the net's unguarded. Pickford's not there. So in front of the Everton fans, the cat now runs for the Everton goal. Can he make it? Across the line. He heads towards the post. Oh, it's just wide. Just wide of the Pickford's right-hand post as he jogs towards the police in the corner. This is extraordinary, by the way. Am I still on?
Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the show. Good night, my friends. Good night.